Good morning, gang. Happy Friday morning. All right, this one's kind of humorous, so we'll have some fun this morning. Pretty much anybody that's over the age of, I'd say somewhere around 50, would remember the days of, as we were kids or young adults, going out, riding our bike and getting miles and miles away from home, playing in the woods, playing cops and robbers, making homemade bows and arrows, snowball fights, whatever. Working out in the garage, building something, grabbing dad's tools, for example, and building a ramp out of 2x4s and a piece of plywood to jump your bike over your buddies as they laid on the ground, right? Doing Evel Knievel stuff. We all remember that. And like every generation, people will always say, gee, it should go back to the way it was when I was a kid. You remember hearing your parents say it. I remember mine. I can say it now that progressively things get worse and worse and worse. That's the definition of progressivism, make it worse, okay? But there was a tidal shift, probably late 80s, early 90s, when all of a sudden technology seemed to take over. When instead of kids going out and playing, they sat in front of their Atari or their Mattel and television or something and played video games all day. Then we got the age of the soccer mom, It was like, okay, the kids couldn't go out and play on their own. Mom had to drive them wherever, They had organized soccer practice, organized baseball practice, whatever, okay? But the kids lost all comprehension of going out and exploring and doing things on their own, as dangerous as it would be, okay? But the thing is, with all of us doing those crazy things as we were kids and somehow miraculously surviving, we didn't have helmets and knee pads and elbow pads and all this sort of stuff on our bicycles. And we pulled kids, the kid would grab the back of your seat on your bike and he'd be on a skateboard, right? We had skinned knees and skinned elbows and we got in fist fights and things like that, right? And we grew up. We also spent a lot of time learning from our parents, okay? How to use a hammer, how to use a screwdriver, how to use a frying pan, pick stuff that we all learned and could use in our lives. I mean, there's skills I learned from my folks. I know how to cook. I know how to do basic electricity, electrician's work. I know how to do basic plumbing. I know how to build quite well, okay? I know the basics of car maintenance. I know the basics of mechanical knowledge. I can fix things around the house. Most of you can too. And considering what we do as a lifestyle, self-sufficiency requires those skills. You need to know basic problem solving. Gee, the electricity's not coming out of this plug. Let's figure out why. Oh, okay. Is the breaker bad? Is the plug bad? Did a wire melt? Is a GFCI switch tripped? Whatever. And you do the troubleshooting. And gee, once you figure out what it is, you fix it. Okay? I mean, I know in the last year I've replaced an outlet outside my house because the GFCI outlet went bad. I replaced a breaker in my breaker box because it went bad. I replaced a faucet in my kitchen or in my bathroom sink. Why? We got very hard water and there was so much crud up inside the stuff in the sink, in the faucet, you couldn't clean it out. Just went and replaced a faucet, okay? Not rocket science type things to do, but basic maintenance. PBJ was here a week or so ago. You guys know that. She came in, we had the storm. One of her windshield wipers was streaking. We went to the store, we bought a new set of blades and put a new set of windshield wipers on the car. No big deal. Okay. Got her a license plate frame for Christmas, right? Got out the screwdriver and put on the license plate frame. Real basic stuff. I was out yesterday working on my ram pump. Okay. Yeah. All right. Working with tools, figuring things out. No big deal. There was a story, which I will link below, from the New York Post this morning. Researchers from a company by the name of Halfords surveyed 2,000 adults recently. This is why we're doomed if this doesn't change. I want to give you what they found. Now, I think we all understand that Zoomers, Generation Z, are, not all of them, but a good portion of them, the laughing stock of humanity. I mean, these are the kids that are completely unprepared for life, okay? They don't know how to do anything. And you think I'm kidding, this study will tell you. We could start off, 25%, 1 in 4 Gen Zers don't know how to change a light bulb in a ceiling light. I'm not kidding. Don't know how to change a light bulb. Many of them said that climbing the ladder was too dangerous, or for like most of the rest of us, maybe you stand on a kitchen chair, okay? I mean, even me, I got 9-foot ceilings, okay, I grab a kitchen chair, I stand on it, I can't quite reach, right? 1 in 5 of those people worry that the light bulb might be too hot to change. Hey guys, here's an idea. Turn it off. It's not hot, okay? Yes, 25% of Zoomers don't know how to change a light bulb. Insert joke here. How about this one? More than half of Zoomers aren't confident in their abilities to wash a car. Okay? I mean, there's a difficult one. Soap, water, sponge, hose. Congratulations. Guess what? You can do it. I mean, we all think about at our age, okay? I mean, I remember being in high school, oh my God, back when muscle cars were now affordable for high schoolers because they were now used, okay? I mean, the amount of us trying to find late 60s Mustangs or Chevy Novas or something, Camaros, things like that. I mean, they might not have been in the world's greatest shape, but you know what? We worked on them, we fixed them, and we knew how to wash them. And I mean, God, we were 16, okay? How about this one? More than half of Zoomers, I'm not kidding here, don't know how to put air in a tire. Flat tire on the side of the road, I don't know what to do. Yes, this is serious, okay? And it gets better, don't worry. Even less than that, less people than that know how to change the aforementioned windshield wiper blade. It takes 30 seconds to do, okay? How about this? 30% of Zoomers cannot tell the difference between a flathead screwdriver and a Phillips head screwdriver. They know what it is, okay? They couldn't identify a flathead screwdriver. 21%, better than 1 in 5, didn't know what a wrench was. I mean, they weren't asking for, I don't know, box end wrench, pair of pliers, pipe wrench. They didn't actually identify they couldn't pick out what a wrench was, okay? How about this? This is classic. I want you to really think about this one. 1 in 10% of Zoomers admitted they would call a professional to hang a picture on a wall. Done. I mean, I'm assuming there's probably some people on that watch the channel here that are handymen, okay? That their job, if you will, is I go fix the faucet or snake a drain or replace a plug or whatever. What do you charge? You know, usually when you've got a service call, especially for me, if I have something major like connecting my solar system to my breaker box, yes, I got an electrician to do that, okay? There's a service call, you know, $50, $75 just to come out. Can you imagine, gee, I went to Walmart and I bought this painting for $20 and now I need to hang it on the wall. Oh, I need to call a professional. Well, ma'am, that'll be $75 for a service call. It'll be $76 total because that would be the effort it took to do the job. I mean, come on. You know, really hiring people to hang a picture on the wall. I mean, I understand this is the generation that lives on Uber Eats or something like that because they've got to pull out a recipe book to make scrambled eggs. You know, they need to read the instructions on the ice trays in order to make ice. You know, boiling water is too dangerous for them. But this is the future. I mean, we're talking, the picture hangers notwithstanding, a quarter to a half of the future generation who are going to be our future politicians, our future business leaders, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, don't know squat. Now, you want to add even more to this, okay? Let's go into what's going on in Washington about this. And this is actually quite humorous, okay? And I just got to pull it up here real quick. But there is a story right now that, again, you've got to think about it. Progressive staffers, liberals, okay, Washington staffers, left-wing Capitol Hill staff, okay, which is usually young people, new grads or stuff like that, that want to, they're senators' aides, representatives' aides. You know, you don't find a whole lot of 40 and 50-year-olds doing that. This is usually a lot of early 20s something. They have sent a letter to Mike Johnson and Hakeem Jeffries basically demanding a 32-hour work week instead of 40 without a reduction in pay. We don't want to work as much. You need to pay us the same. We already have a big problem with Congress not working. I mean, I'm all for this in one respect. You want the Department of Government Efficiency? You want a 32-hour work week? Wonderful. We will reduce your pay by 1/5, okay? Oh, and now you're a part-time worker. So much for your benefits. You can go on Obamacare if you want, okay? You don't want to work. I mean, again, we have to remember this. This isn't the Soviet Union. The government didn't come up to you and say, you're going to be an electrician, you're going to be a plumber, you're going to be a truck driver, you're going to be a grocery store manager. No. You decided what career you wanted. You decided you wanted to be a congressional staffer, House or Senate, whatever. If you want a 32-hour work week, go find a part-time job. Last time I checked, when the employees try to tell the employer what to do, it usually doesn't turn out too well. You could say, well, gee, you know, the unions make their demands and everything. Sure, okay. And the companies that have been run roughshod over by unions, that's their own damn fault, okay. But Sorry, you don't want to work 40 hours? Well, guess what? I'll find somebody else that does. This is the thing. We have completely lost the work ethic in this country. We have completely lost the ability to be self-sufficient in this country. You can blame it on the kids. You can blame it on the parents. You can blame it on participation trophies. You can blame it on whatever you want. But the bottom line is, these are the people that, when things get worse, which they very possibly could, okay? Again, I don't care that Donald Trump is going to be inaugurated in 4 days. That's immaterial. That doesn't mean that China doesn't set off an EMP. That doesn't mean we don't have an earthquake or something like that. Who knows? But if we get into some serious SHTF event, these are the people that don't know which end of the gun the bullets come out of. And they're going to look at you going, you need to take care of me. Oh, and by the way, when you're taking care of me, I'm not going to do guard duty at night. I'm not getting out in the garden. I might get dirty. You call them the lost generation? If we have a SHTF situation, Gen Z will be lost. Friendly fire or enemy. Because in an SHTF event, useless people are exactly that. Useless. Pinball out.